While the entire basketball world has come to a stop as each continent is playing in its own FIBA World Cup window, the BC Wolves have decided to stay sharp by playing a friendly against one of their Lithuanian Basketball League rivals, BC Nevėžis-Optibet. Good morning, Philippines. I'm Bill Velasco bringing to you the games of the BC Wolves from Lithuania. This game in particular is coming from Druskininkai, a resort area south of the capital, just near the border of with Belarus and Poland. And the BC Wolves in particular are impacted by the European FIBA qualifiers. They have 4 players who will not be seeing action today, 3 of whom will be playing for the Lithuanian national team in the persons of Arnas Biruchka, who just got called up a few days ago, Egirdas Zukauskas and Kristupas Žemaitis, and a 4th player, Marcos Delia, who is over in Latin America playing for the national team of Argentina. So that puts us where we are today. Currently, these two teams see action against each other in the LKL, or the BetSafe LKL, or Lithuanian Basketball League. And in that particular tournament, the Wolves are running third behind their 2 crosstown rivals, Žalgiris and Rytas. And Nevėžis, meanwhile, is in 8th place, a 12-team. From what I understand, the playoffs begin back in May. In the ENBL, the BC Wolves secured a playoff spot in their last elimination round game by beating the previously undefeated King Stettin and getting their fifth win in 7 games. They are in a triple tie for second place, thus automatically qualified. While the teams are taking a break from their respective leagues, we are playing a couple of tune-ups. The next one for the Wolves will be on Monday at 11 p.m. Philippine time. Of course, you're watching these games live on YouTube and the BC Wolves Facebook page as well. I'm Bill Velasco. Thank you for joining me on this Friday morning, which is a holiday in the Philippines, commemorating the anniversary of the EDSA People Power Revolution of 1986. Now, for BC Nevėžis, a couple of things to look out for. There are 7 players averaging in double figures. So pretty balanced scoring for this team. However, they have not been doing so well in the LKL. They are coached by Gediminas Petrauskas. In 2015, he coached the Lithuanian under-16 team to a silver in the FIBA Europe tournament. Joined Nevėžis in 2021 after coaching Cholet, Juventus, and Juventus as well. He was born actually in Kaunas 37 years ago. And he has been a 3-time Baltic Basketball League champion. So the man has something to say about European basketball. Of course, on the other side for the BC Wolves, no further introduction needed. Head coach Rimas Kortinaitis, Olympic gold medalist. You could argue he's the reason why there was a U.S. Dream Team in the 1992 Olympics. There's Coach Rimas now. Very difficult balancing act here because the Wolves are playing in 2 tournaments practically every other day, and it's also challenging because you have to balance the lineups as well. A lot of injuries have impeded the team's progress. so far. A couple of other players to look out for. Number 33 for BC Nevis is Deshaun Freeman, 6'8" power forward from the U.S. Obviously, played for Rutgers until 2018. Played 3 years there. He's been in the British Basketball League and the Dutch Basketball League. Meanwhile, their other American reinforcement, 6'3" point guard Brad Davison, who wears number 34, he played for Wisconsin, the Badgers. So these guys come from American schools that have something to contribute to the U.S. NCAA. You're looking at Juan Gomez de Leano, the first homegrown male Filipino basketball player to play professionally in Europe, joined the Wolves in the last week of October and brought a very strong Filipino basketball following with him. So the teams are just finishing up their warm-ups. A lot of big numbers all around for Nevis, named after the Nevis River. This used to be a second division team in the LKL. They won a title in 2002 and moved up to the first division. This team's been around since 1992. They qualified for the Europe Cup back in 2018. And impressively enough, this team has 6 different nationalities listed on its roster. They have, of course, Lithuanian players, players from the US, Latvia, Brazil, Belgium, and France. So 6 different nationalities represented here. Relatively young team, pretty tall team at that. They just need to come together. Juan Gomez de Leano, of course, has started quite a few games for the BC Wolves in his second outing, scored 22 points, and has been doing very well. He slid over to the 2 guard spot in his second game, more comfortable there. Normally starts the game and then plays a few more minutes in the second quarter. Meanwhile, Ahmad Caver, who wears number 7 for the BC Wolves, has been very impressive in both the ENBL and the LKL. He is actually third in scoring in the Lithuanian Basketball League with 16.5 points per game, tied with his teammate Jeffrey Taylor. But he has the third highest scoring performance in the LKL this season with 31 points, which he registered just last week. Once again, this is the BC Wolves playing against BC Nevėžis-Optibet. These two teams are seeing action in the BetSafe LKL, or Lithuanian Basketball League. They're calling out the players now, of course. For those of you watching this in the Philippines, we can't really understand what the Coliseum announcer is saying. So I'll just break down the game for you. A lot of the players of the BC Wolves have actually multiple seasons experience in the EuroLeague and in the Euro Cup. Minyotas, Yuskevicius, of course, Zemaitis, Delia, among others. But I guess overall, everybody is just happy to be indoors. It is very cold in Lithuania, particularly by Philippine standards, since it's almost summer in the Philippines. We hope you're enjoying this pre-game dance performance by some of the local youth. Many of the varying cities in Lithuania are hundreds of years old. This city in particular has been written about since the 1300s. A lot of rich history in terms of culture, economy, and politics in Lithuania. A country rather, that loves basketball just as much as Filipinos do, which is very hard to say. And yet they only have less than 3% of the population of the Philippines. Very healthy crowd here, despite the fact that it is just a tune-up game, which has no bearing on the standings in the LKL. Of course, the coverage will also be slightly different, but we are doing this for the fans of the Wolves all over the world. Only 10 players listed for the Wolves in this game. As mentioned earlier, 3 of their players are playing for the Lithuanian national team in the last FIBA window before the World Cup, which will be played in Japan, Indonesia, and the Philippines in August. The Philippines plays in its own Asian qualifier tomorrow and 3 days after, or rather today in the afternoon here in the Philippines. Calling out the players. It appears that Jeffrey Taylor will not be seeing action. He aggravated a leg injury in their last game last week. Team seems to be in good spirits. It's going to mean a lot of playing time for Juan Gomez de Leaño. Finally get an opportunity to show some of his leadership skills. The leading scorers on this team, BC Nevėžis, are Artur Zagars, who wears 32, Deshaun Freeman, who wears 33, and Brad Davison, who wears number 34. So that should be easy enough to remember. Unlike in other continents where teams are usually allowed a maximum of 2 American reinforcements, here the number is higher, as many as 5 in some cases. Of course, FIBA also has a rule wherein players have to declare which country they are going to play for if they want to be a national player before the age of 16, which has been a complication in particular for the Philippines because players like Jordan Clarkson and Jalen Green and others who are already playing professionally were not able to comply with this rule because they were unaware of it. So we're about to tip off. Very relaxed atmosphere. And also a chance for both coaches to do some experimenting. Put players in different roles other than what they're used to. Also give more players a chance to take the spots of the starters who are not seeing action today. BC Wolves in their familiar gray and turquoise. By the way, if you're looking for BC Wolves merchandise in the Philippines, look up Jersey Haven, and you can get your T-shirts, mugs, and of course, Juan Gomez de Liano home and away jerseys. A lot of hard work being put in by the regional manager of the BC Wolves in the Philippines, Glenn Mark Antonio. The Wolves wanting to export sports and use it to build relationships outside of not only their country but outside of Europe as well. Again, we are playing by FIBA rules, so 10-minute quarters, 5 personal fouls maximum. 15 foul puts the team in a penalty. So let's see how tight the defenses will be in this particular game. I see Ahmad Caver with the headband. He's going to be very significant in this game. Starting off with Juan Gomez de Liano. You see him sporting number 1. Jumping off, Buckner is going to be jumping off against Rafael Rodriguez, the 7-foot Brazilian center of BC Nevėžis. Ball falls into the hands of Caver. He's eyeballing Brad Davison. Yuskevicius trying to go downstairs. We have no shot clock. Gomez de Liano. Nothing but net. 3-0 Wolves. A lot of young players on this BC Nevėžis team. But perhaps a shorter rotation would do the Wolves good. They won't be holding anybody back. Air ball. Yuskevicius with the rebound. Long lead pass. Too deep under the basket. Minyota's out to Yuskevicius. It's off the rim and out. Davison looking for a friendly face. They go downstairs to Rodriguez, trying to use his size over Buckner. Buckner, very tight defense. Nice left-handed jump hook. Big man's got some moves. He's going to get a lot of playing time today, only averaging 2 points and 2 rebounds a game. A minute has quickly gone by this game. Foul on the outside. Rodriguez was way out of his territory. We'll do our best to keep up with the stats, considering this is just a friendly. Caver stopped way out. Buckner lost the handle. Turnover. They're trying to look for an open shooter or somebody in the low post. There's going to be switch. They switch back. Open 3. Hit absolutely nothing. Caver trying to push it up. Gomez de Liano open in, dumps it inside. Minyotas inside to Buckner. Butterfingers by Buckner again. It's going to be a preemptive foul on the Wolves. BC Nevėžis with a change of pace. Davison protecting the ball very well. Found a slight opening. Off the rim and out. Good tap by Rodriguez to a teammate. Davison again. Yes. There's a foul on Daryl Dualia. The French player, or rather it's a turnover. Score is 5-3 in favor of Nevėžis. Rodriguez trying to back down against Buckner. Doesn't work. Turnover. Almost a counter turn. Yes, it is. The Wolves trying to argue possession. Of course, there will be no video review because it's not an official game. 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Inbound under the basket. Fresh shot clock. They want to go to Rodriguez, but they can't. Turnaround. Horrible shooting by BC Nevėžis, but they're still up by 2. Not too many attempts by the Wolves. They have been unable to thread the ball inside to Buckner. It will stay with the Wolves with very little left on their shot clock. Caver has not taken a shot yet. Juskevich is coming off a screen. It rattles in. Good screen there by Minotas. Rodriguez way out in the high post. Dualia looking downstairs. Good defense by the Wolves. They're only giving up jumpers. 7-5. Still very early in the game. There's the pick and pop. Foot trap will reset the clock. It will stay with the Wolves since the ball was kicked before it was picked up by one of the Nevėžis players. Buckner hands it off, setting screens, rolling to the basket, doesn't get the ball. Juskevich just pick up his dribble too early. Rodriguez, a handful now for Buckner. He drives to the basket, tried to pass it off, knocked away. 3 seconds on the shot clock. They try an alley-oop. Buckner off the back iron. Davison, casual dribble, weaving into the paint. Nice bounce pass. Rodriguez has 2 baskets. Caver knows he can take Davison one-on-one. Fouled with a basket. Nevėžis players looking a little confused on defense. Ahmad Caver, leading scorer of the BC Wolves, finally gets a basket. Five minutes and 57 seconds to go. Caver makes sure of the bonus. Wolves only down by 1. There's a pick set by Dualia, bowled over Gomez Diliani, who looked at the referee. Davison, the ball always goes through him. In and out. The Wolves on the run. Gomez Diliani goes the reverse. Wolves have taken the lead. Strong move, gets nothing. Not too many offensive boards despite the size of Nevėžis, and Buckner really getting frustrated. The last 3 games have been very frustrating also for Buckner in the ENBL. Eric Buckner, a product of Georgia State. In fact, the school's all-time leader in blocks, despite not finishing his 4 years there. Halfway through the first quarter, Minotas following his man way outside. They're trying to draw away the rebounders for the Wolves. Davison. They try to get it inside. Rodriguez blocked and fouled. Minotas coming over to help. Great pass there by Danielos Lavrinovicius. Couple of subs now. Very awkward free throw by Rodriguez. Good opportunity for him to sharpen his skills. Gets the second one. We are tied at 10. A lot of experimentation here by both coaches. Juskevicius into a cutting Gomez de Llano. One now has 7 points. Dualia, change of pace, trying to get into the paint. They're trying to free some shooters. Move the ball around. Not this time. Rodriguez rebounding by his lonesome against a gang of BC Wolves players. Caver has been content to pass off. Gomez de Llano licensed to shoot off the rim and out. Knocks the ball loose. Goes back to the Wolves. Gomez de Llano against a 7-footer. Juskevicius. Nice put back. Regimantas Minotas, who averages close to 8 points per game for the Wolves. Caver against the 7-foot Rodriguez, but Nevėžis doesn't see him. There you go. Double team. Caver with the steal. Ahead of the pack, Minotas dunks it. I think Nevėžis needs this timeout. They're down by 6. We'll be back. If you've just joined us, this is a friendly between the BC Wolves and BC Nevėžis-Optibet at Druskininkai in Lithuania. Score 16-10. The Wolves streaking ahead. You can see that there's not much confidence in some of the Nevėžis players. Hang time. And one situation for Daryl Dualia. He's only 18 years old, from France, averages almost 7 points and 3 rebounds a game, getting a lot of playing time here. Cuts the Wolves' lead down to 3. Caver being guarded by Marius Valinskas. Finally, Eric Buckner breaks through. Completes the three-point play. Full court pressure now by the Wolves. Remember, they're the ones who are playing short-handed. A lot of subs on the floor. Lukowski's on the floor as well. Caver going inside to Buckner. Sealed his man perfectly. Nice jump hook. Now the Wolves are rolling. Davison lobs it inside Rodriguez. Blocked from behind, but they call a foul. Caver really got up there. 2 minutes, 24 seconds to go. 8-point lead by the Wolves. We have another timeout. Hercus Kumpis, number 33, on the floor for the BC Wolves, leading 21-13, taking advantage of the second stringers on the court for Nevėžis. Not a good shooting day for Rodriguez. Tim Lambrecht, number 8, on the floor to add more size to BC Nevėžis. They get the ball back. Lambrecht gave the ball up but traveled in the process. Very tall lineup here. Lambrecht at 6'10", Rodriguez at 7 feet tall. Lambrecht averaging 10 points and 7 boards per outing. Caver having no trouble at all bringing up the ball. Lukowski's taking it strong. Got deflected. Look at him try to catch up. Doalia. Davison. Lambrecht hit over to a streaking Doalia for 2. 21-15. The Wolves not bothered. Buckner with the pick and roll trying to get the ball. Caver going up one-handed. Very strong end to the first quarter by the Wolves. Shot clock starting to wind down. Holding foul on Hercus Kumpis. Big mismatch there. He's only 6'5". Matched up against the 6'10" Lambrecht. Lucky bounce on the free throw. Coming up on the final minute of the first quarter. The coaching staff of the BC Wolves is also undermanned. They were contributing to the national cause. Lithuania ranked number 8 in the world in men's basketball. Kompis. A lob it inside. Buckner making sure that time. 25-17. This is Valinskas bringing up the ball. He subbed for Davison a couple of minutes ago. Lambrecht, step back, short. Goes back to Nevėžis. Solo play, barreling drive by Davison. Davison keeping them in the game. Final play of the first quarter. Nevėžis still not in the penalty. They can actually foul. Crossover, Buckner, long jump hook. He was kind of surprised by the pass. So at the end of the first quarter, the BC Wolves take a 6-point lead over BC Nevėžis. We shall return with the second quarter.
Hi, I'm Juan Gomez Deliano. Follow me and my team, BC Wolves. Subscribe to our newsletter and get Wolves news straight to your inbox.
Second quarter about to begin. Juan Gomez Deliano back on the floor, joining Caver, who was not sat down. Apparently neither has Brad Davison of BC Nevėžis. There's a switch. Buckner on the outside. Nevėžis tapping the ball safely to an open teammate. Great move, everything but the basket. Lukauskis inside, decides to kick it out at the last second. Shot clock at 13. Caver off the rim and out. Juan Gomez de Leano with the rebound. Left-handed layup is good. Gomez de Leano now with 9 points to lead all scorers. They lob it inside. Nothing you can do there. If you front a taller player, you're going to be victim to the lob pass. 27-21. Buckner backing his man down, turnaround, rolls in. Buckner now with 6 points. There's a switch. They're going to try to go inside. Long three-point shot by Davison goes in. The lead is suddenly down to 5. Gomez de Leano too deep under the basket. Caver screening for him. Shot clock at 7. They go inside. Buckner, he's fouled and makes it. You can see some of the Nevėžis players are huffing and puffing. From what I understand, this resort town is a very relaxing place to be. So they might not have been expecting a really strong showing by the Wolves. Buckner now also with 9 points. Lead of the Wolves back safely to 8. Davison, one dribble off the iron. They tried to gang rebound, but it goes to Caver anyway. Lukauskis, long rebound. Davison asking for the players to fill their spots. Lambrecht against Buckner, trying to ball fake. Long shot. They cannot get any penetration, and their big men are out of their shooting range. 7.5 minutes remaining before halftime. Davison finally gets a well-deserved rest. New faces on the floor for BC Nevėžis. Trying to incorporate some youngsters into their play. Lambrecht trying to start the pick and roll. Gomez de Leano against the 6'10" Lambrecht. The entry pass swatted away by Buckner. The Wolves are taking this game very seriously, despite missing 4 of their best players. Lambrecht forced to shoot it, to beat the clock, and it goes in. Caver has been holding back against a double team. Gomez de Leano going up strong. He is fouled. He had to lean sideways to avoid a blocked shot. BC Nevėžis having trouble getting the numbers. Juan Gomez de Leano, 7 points in the first quarter. Buckner also with 7 in the first quarter. Wolves not taking too many three-point shots in the first period. But Nevėžis is doing much worse. 1 out of 6. Lambrecht going baseline, stopped cold. Long rebound chased down by Lambrecht. They try to reset. Dualia, stutter step move. Easy clear by Lukowskis. The Wolves pushing the tempo now just to tire out the defense. Gomez Deliano inside. Mignota surprised. Kumpis missing. They're trying to get everybody good looks. There's the pick and roll. You can't call your shot in this game. Finally, some penetration. Valinskas with the running one-hander. 34-28. Caver finally getting some rest. They go inside Mignotas. The pass went through his legs. Some unusual combinations now because of the absence of key players for the Wolves. Still, they're up by 6. Under 6 minutes to go before halftime. Dualia with a good cut to the basket. Gomez Deliano now taking the one spot, backing his man down, using his upper body. Overshot the mark though. Valinskas holding down the fort while Davison gets his rest. 4-point lead. It was once 8, and Caver quickly comes back in. Gomez Deliano sits down. A lot of screaming by BC Nevėžis. They go inside. That's been their bread and butter. That's where they've been making progress. Lambrecht used to being in the post by himself. He wasn't so comfortable when Rodriguez was also there. Nice cutting by Kumpis. He is fouled. And of course, as is typical, Valinskas protests the call. Dualia sits down. Buckner, by the way, is back on the floor to add more rebounding muscle to the BC Wolves. Kumpis hasn't really been seeing much playing time. Look at the pressure now on defense by the Wolves. Crowding the inbound. Then hustling back on D. Valinskas taking control. Buckner chasing him out. Trying to prevent the entry pass, and it works. Lukowskis. Kumpis. Mignotas from the outside. Buckner slapping it away. 4-point lead for the BC Wolves. Behind the back pass. Would have been a great play, but the bucket didn't go in. Stutter step, change of pace. Caver. Mignota scrapping for it. He is fouled. One foul on the Wolves. The Wolves shot 69% from the field in the first quarter. Neves is only 44%. And the Wolves are a much better free throw shooting team. They've been getting to the free throw line quite a bit. Neves is unable to hang on to the ball. Juskevich is now at the point. Long bomb. Doesn't drop. Quick transition by Nevesis. Dualia lobbing it inside. Rodriguez now on the floor. Could pose problems for the smaller BC Wolves. He reaches in and pokes the ball loose from Buckner, but they cannot keep it in bounds. Great hustle, though. You love seeing your players dive for the ball. Marius Valinskas, great effort there. You can hear the players communicating in different languages there. That's something that you don't see often here in the Philippines. Foreign players who come here also speak English. Great effort on defense by the BC Wolves. Dualia on the outside. Takes it himself. Long rebound. Back to Nevesis. Rodriguez turnaround. Smooth move. Under 3 minutes to go. Pace has picked up. Caver hasn't taken as many shots as he normally does. Shot clock at 10. They get the ball inside. Minotas with the basket. This is one of two tune-up games that the Wolves will be playing. The other one on Monday at 11 p.m. Manila time. Nice fronting there by Minotas. Step back triple by Caver. Doesn't go. It's getting more physical now. Buckner at midcourt reaches in. 2:06 remaining in the period. Juan Gomez de Leaño returns. Lambrecht wants to do things on his own. Davison. They lob it inside. Gomez de Leaño forced to foul. Rodriguez surrounded by guards on that play. It was a good foul because it would have been a sure basket. No free throws being given. They try to get it to Rodriguez. They can't. Buckner fronting Rodriguez, who has to go out to try to set up the pick and roll. They finally get it to him. Blocked by Buckner. Shot clock expires. Great last gasp defense by Eric Buckner. Score is 42-34. Scoring is slowed down for the Wolves in this period, but they've still held on to the lead. Chance for a double-digit spread on this play. Minotas, Yuskevicius. Pick and roll, Buckner. They whip it inside. He backs up against Lambrecht. Gomez de Leaño off the back rim. They get back on defense. Lambrecht and Rodriguez on the floor at the same time. That's Twin Towers. Lambrecht with the follow-up. Doesn't get it to drop. Jump hook goes the second time around. Wolves slowing things down. No need to force the action. Not too much outside shooting for the Wolves in this quarter. Yuskevicius guarded by a much bigger man, so there's a mismatch inside. Minotas sees it. Gomez de Leaño under the basket. Buckner chases it down. However, it did not hit the hoop, so the shot clock expires. 36.8 seconds left. Davison trying to get away from Caver. There's the pick and roll. So there's the switch. Lambrecht fouled by Buckner. This twin tower alignment was made fashionable by the Houston Rockets and the Los Angeles Lakers back in the 1980s. The Rockets had Ralph Sampson and Hakeem Olajuwon. The Lakers had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Michael Thompson, the dad of Klay Thompson. You're looking at Tim Lambrecht. Makes both free throws. Caver in a hurry before defense could set. Ball fake. It rolls in. The lead is back to 6. All they have to do is slow down Nevėžis on this play. There you go. There's a strategy. Buckner, much bigger man. Fall away. Great bailout by Brad Davison. So at the end of 2 quarters, the BC Wolves lead BC Nevėžis-Optibet 44-40. We'll be back to break down the first half in just a bit. Our halftime tally is 44-40 in favor of the BC Wolves. The Wolves shot 53% from the floor. Only 1 out of 3 from three-point range, and all those taken by Juan Gomez de Liano, who is running second to Eric Buckner. 3 players for the Wolves in double figures. Buckner with 12, Gomez de Liano with 11, and Minotas with 10. Meanwhile, on the other side, checking the numbers for the other team, BC Nevėžis-Optibet, 12 points for Tim Lambrecht, 10 points for Brad Davison, and 7 points each for Rafael Rodriguez and Daryl Dowalia. So those twin towers have accounted for 22 of their 40 points. Free throw shooting has not been good for Nevesis. The Wolves have shot 9 out of 9, 100%. Nevesis only 6 out of 9 from the charity stripe. Rebounding numbers, the Wolves have been out rebounded 22-14, which is not surprising considering that the Nevesis squad has been playing with two giants in the middle. The Wolves leading the way in points off turnovers, 8-5. Points in the paint, the Wolves surprisingly leading. Each team has had big scoring runs. The biggest lead of the game has belonged to the Wolves at 8 points. They had a strong finish to the first quarter, built an 8 point lead, and gradually Nevesis pounded the ball into the paint. Nobody really in danger of foul trouble. Pretty clean game so far. So that's what the first half looked like. Once again, this is a friendly between BC Nevėžis-Optibet and the BC Wolves. And for those of you unfamiliar with European basketball, BC simply means basketball club. So just those initials tell you already what sport you're looking at. Very interesting numbers from the first half. As we mentioned, the opportunity here is for the lesser used players to get some playing time, show the coaches what they're capable of, build their confidence, and really just make a statement. If you look at the stats in the LKL, there are a lot of numbers here for Ahmad Kaver. We mentioned top single game performance. He's number 3, but he's also tied for second in terms of assists with 6.1 assists per game. This is in the LKL, the Lithuanian Basketball League. Meanwhile, Adas Yuskevicius averages almost 3 3-pointers a game. He's currently ranked second in the LKL. Jeffrey Taylor, unfortunately, still unable to see action, has 2.3 steals per game in the LKL. He and Kaver combined for almost 4.5 steals per game. Taylor nursing an ankle injury, which I believe was re-injured in their last game. Very high efficiency here for Deshaun Freeman, whom we have not seen. And a lot of the other numbers belong to the higher ranked teams in the LKL. So you can sort of sense that the Wolves are still holding back. Kaver has not really taken a lot of shots. Yuskevicius has not really taken a lot of shots. Nobody, aside from Juan Gomez de Llano, has taken a shot from beyond the 3-point line. So they're trying some new things. They also have their hands full with the big men of BC Nevėžis. And these are both pretty young guys, so you can tell that they've got a big future in European basketball. As we mentioned, Lithuania is a relatively small country, part of the former Soviet Union, formed their first national basketball team when they gained their independence in the early 90s and won a bronze medal in the 1992 Barcelona Olympics. So very, very strong history of excellence in basketball. BC Wolves also a very new team. This is only their first full season. Team was formed back in June and inherited an existing franchise. They're still waiting on the renovation of their own Coliseum, which we will see next season. Still plenty of action ahead of us. The whole second half. Another tune-up game on Monday at 11 p.m. And second week of March, the first playoff game in the European North Basketball League. So nice uphill climb for the BC Wolves. They play in Group B of the ENBL, and the top 4 teams of each group go on to the playoffs. So now they will cross over to play the top 4 teams in Group A. A lot of commercial basketball being played in this part of Europe. In the last 2 months alone, just in the ENBL, the Wolves have played in Latvia, Estonia, Poland, Israel, and of course, a home game in Vilnius. Or sorry, Alytus. 44-40 is our score. Since the last 5 minutes of the first quarter, the BC Wolves have been in the lead. Neither team has gotten into penalty situation thus far. It is a tune-up. So not as much intensity on defense. More relaxed atmosphere. And you can see Coach Rimas Cortinaitis putting Juan Gomez de Liano in the middle of a lot of those plays, build up his confidence, strengthen the guard lineup. And you may not notice it, but you see a lot of people wearing long sleeves. It is still very cold in this part of Europe. Something that we are unfamiliar with being in a tropical country. Caver handing it off, Gomez de Liano. They try to pound it into the paint, turn the tables, and Buckner gets an easy 2. Lambrecht deciding against trying to block the shot. They try an alley-oop. Does not work. Gomez de Liano pushing it up. Skevicius outside to Minotas. Minotas against a smaller Dualia goes up strong. Velinskas came over to help. There was contact, so now Minotas goes to the free throw line for 2. Easily makes the first. And this is something you see quite common in professional basketball. The shooter's teammates don't bother to line up along the 3-second area, fully confident that he can make both charities, and he does. 48-40 is our score. Gomez de Liano wiped out with that screen. He looks a bit shaken by that. He's got that support around his left knee. He's in a lot of pain, as you can see. That was a huge pick set by Dualia. The Wolves are already undermanned. We'd hate to see anything happen to Juan. That might just light a fire under the Wolves. Buckner going up strong, short on the dunk attempt. Lambrecht starting at center. Rodriguez not yet on the floor. They tried to lob it inside. Comp is doing a very good job of bothering Lambert. You can see one there being comforted by the Lav twins, the ambassadors of the BC Wolves, the world's tallest twins at over 7 feet tall. Kumpis safely back in the hands of Caver, but shot clock down to 7 seconds. Caver spins, finds an opening. Short. Dualia against Kumpis. Lambrecht for three. Not the shot you want your tallest player taking. They go inside Buckner. Lambrecht swipes it. 2-on-2 situation. Davison nails it. The lead is down to 5 with under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Caver asking for room to operate. Buckner wearing a different number in this game. He normally wears number 20. Now he's wearing number 6. But he's trying to change his luck. Wolves still nothing from three-point range. Davison open for three again. Not this time. Lambrecht kicks it out. Shot was blocked. Caver couldn't keep it in bounds. Lukauskis returns, replacing Kumpis. Some more experience. Open baseline J. Another 2 for Davison. Suddenly, the 8-point lead of the Wolves is down to 3. Buckner trying to fake off Lambrecht. Jump hook too hard off the glass. Davison takes it away. Nice handoff. But not a good finish. Caver for 3. Buckner gets the tap. Smart move by Mignotas. Foul was on Verbinskis, number 7 for Nevėžis. Buckner threads the needle. More breathing room for the Wolves. Two for 2. 50-45. Kumpis quickly sent back in. Sometimes coaches will do that instead of spending a timeout. They'll sub one player out, give him instructions, and send him back in. Juan Gomez de Leano back on the floor. Thankfully, he was not really hurt. Turnover as they were trying to work the ball into Lambrecht. He's been playing more minutes than Rodriguez. He is the more experienced player. Holding foul. Kumpis has been steady in this game. He's been careful with the ball. He's been executing the passes very well. Lukauskis on the outside. Gomez de Liano. No problem with the mobility. Pick and roll. Minotas. Handoff. Lukauskis. Not that time. Minotas was in the right place. They reset the clock. Gomez de Liano going up strong. He's bothered by two players and he is fouled. Another foul on Verbinskis. Gomez de Liano daring to go into the Lions. What an eventful third quarter we're having. You wouldn't think that it's just a tune-up. Gomez de Liano, second leading scorer for the Wolves in this game, playing heavy minutes. Makes both. The lead is 7 points. Uh-oh, here comes Rafael Rodriguez, number 21 for Nevėžis, the 7-foot center. Valinskas taking over at point guard. Hurried shot. Luckily, goes through the hoop. Not a safe lead for the Wolves. Minotas, nice roll to the basket, short on the lazy hook shot. Dualia gathering steam, going inside against Caver. It rolls out. Uh-oh, bad outlet pass. Minotas luckily slaps it over to Caver. A lot of hands all over the basketball in this sequence. Buckner back on the floor for Minotas. Almost halfway through the third quarter. A lot of good plays, a lot of experimentation, a lot of new things. Gomez de Liano for three off the iron and out. They battle for it. Lukauskis comes up with the ball. Pick and roll. Buckner out to Lukauskis. It was bothered, but it rolled in. (54-47). Here we go. That's going to be traveling. Rodriguez so eager to get his points. Chance for the Wolves to finally get that 10-point lead. Gomez de Liano, very careful with the ball. Big three-pointer by Yuskevicius. BC Nevėžis needs this time out there, suddenly drowning by 11. We'll be back. The BC Wolves now have a solid 11-point lead over BC Nevėžis-Optibet. Couple of big shots from the outside. Nevėžis has not been able to get the ball into its big men consistently, and you see that the big men received the ball just a little bit out of position. Lambrecht kicking it out. Dowalia going up strong, dunks it. (59) 58-49. Kompis. Yuskevich is very shifty. Buckner will not shoot from there. Lukowskis from the corner. Buckner in a crowd, loses it. Davison lobbing it inside. Juan Gomez de Liano showing he's got hops. Davison using his experience against Buckner, leaned in to get the contact, then took the shot. Only the first team foul against the Wolves. Neves is already in penalty. We still have 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Brad Davison has never been one to really force matters. 6'3" point guard, averaging 13.5 points per game. Buckner switching places with Lukowskis so he could box out Lambrecht. You see the potential of this BC Nevėžis team. Yuskevicius. Kompis finds the bottom of the net. (61-50). Now the shots are falling for the BC Wolves. Lambrecht with a mismatch. Yuskevich has forced him out of his comfort zone. Goes inside. Rodriguez reverse fouled and makes it. That's the problem that the BC Wolves will have to overcome. Two big men passing each other the ball. That's going to take a heavy toll on their defense. Kumpis now steps off the court. (61-53). Caver. Jab step to test the defense. Gomez de Liano, long one on the way. Off the iron and out. But he's been given the green light to keep shooting. Now Nevėžis will try to pound it inside. Pass was just off. Rodriguez could not field it. Once again, the BC Wolves playing without 5 players. 3 of them are playing for the Lithuanian team in the FIBA window. One of them is playing for the Argentinian team in Latin America's window. And Jeffrey Taylor is still nursing an injury. They alley-oop it inside to Rodriguez. The Wolves slow to defend at that juncture. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter. The lead is down to 6 points. Gomez de Liano to Buckner, who's been content to rebound and defend. Yuskevich just gets free. It rolls off the lip. Lambrecht for 3. Makes it. Now they're doing to the Wolves what the Wolves did to them in the first quarter. Making a run to close out the period. Caver. It did not drop. Caver chases down Davison. Nice spin off the glass. Too much muscle behind it. Would have been a great play had it gone in. Yuskiewicz's long tray on the way. 1 minute to go. Lambrecht got away. Yuskiewicz's frustration. It's so hard to play undermanned. 1 point game. Lead was once 11. Lukauskis drains the triple. They needed that. Now, how do they stop the big men from getting the ball in the paint with the pick and roll? Rodriguez hammering away. Wolves will use up the clock. Caver sweeps off the defense. Buckner there for the cleanup. At the end of 3 quarters, the BC Wolves are still protecting a 4-point lead, but what a swing this quarter took. We'll be back with the payoff period.
Hi, I'm Juan Gomez Liliano. Follow me and my team, BC Wolves. Subscribe to our newsletter and get Wolves news straight to your inbox.
(66-62) is our score. The BC Wolves holding off BC Nevėžis-Optibet as we enter the 4th quarter, and we told you it was cold in this part of Lithuania. It is 0 degrees right now in the evening of Thursday in Lithuania. We are playing in the resort city of Druskininkai. You're going to be seeing videos of all of these fun games for the fans on the various social media platforms of the BC Wolves and their players. It's all good. Opportunity for families to come together. Basketball and football, the biggest sports in Lithuania. So far, so good for the BC Wolves. The only problem now is containing the big men. "19 points for Tim Lambrecht. 16 points for Brad Davison. And 14 points for Rafael Rodriguez, who didn't get that many touches in the third quarter. For the BC Wolves, leading scorer with 18 points is Eric Buckner, followed by the 13 points of Juan Gomez de Liano and the 12 points of Regimantas Minyotas. Fourth quarter about to start. The Wolves shooting only 5 out of 22 from three-point range. Neves is 4 out of 17, not doing that much better. Caver playing heavier minutes than usual. Juskevicius drains the triple. They need that, and Juskevicius always comes through in the fourth quarter. Nemesis has a very strong set of guards here. Nice cut from the weak side by Dualia. They're still missing some pieces in the wings, but they've got the size and they've got the guard, so something good to build up on. Kumpis thought about it, traveling on Juskevicius. Took a step before the ball hit the floor. You can see there's a lot less dribbling than you would see in American basketball. Lambrecht to Rodriguez. They're just overwhelming inside the paint. 69-66. The Wolves have to get some penetration, get some fouls, and get some of these Neves' players off the floor. Caver. Juskevicius, step back triple. Yes! Back-to-back triples by Juskevicius. Restores a 6-point lead. Caver against Lambrecht. That's going to be a tough matchup. Lukauskis, unable to keep up with Davison, resorts to a foul. First on the Wolves. Resets the shot clock at 14. Lambrecht, shot from the outside, strong on the inside. Davison adding to his total. Dualia with an interception. They go up strong to the basket. Titas Sargunas normally wears number 26, wearing a blank jersey. Caver bumped into one of the big men and got shaken. Lukauskis loses his own rebound. Caver has to stop play. He's a little dazed. I think he banged into Rodriguez. Kumpis replaced by Gomez de Liano. You're taking a look at Coach Gediminas Petrauskas. Very good with young players. He's got a very good team. Lambrecht. It's too much size. And now they've taken the lead. Gomez de Liano, Lukauskis, Caver, briefly open, decides to go baseline, kicks it out. Great ball movement. Juskevicius bounced a pass to Minyotas, was stolen by Sargunas. And don't look now, but Neves is starting to pile it on. Caver in the middle of nowhere gets the ball back. Against Rodriguez, goes strong. Finger roll doesn't go. Approaching the 6-minute mark. Davison is very consistent for BC Nevėžis. Dualia, he's fouled going in. That will be the third team foul on the Wolves. No fouls still for BC Nevėžis. Eric Buckner comes in. Caver will sit down for a while, along with Lukauskis. Dualia to Davison. Takes a three. Rebound Rodriguez against Buckner, trying to squeeze between two players. He's called for traveling. Lucky break for the Wolves. They have a chance to trim this lead down or tie the game. Gomez Diliano taking over the point as Caver gets his rest. Minotas. Yuskevicius. Pick and roll. Buckner. Two big men on him. Goes up strong. Makes it. Squeezed past the two towers of BC Nevėžis. Sargunas tried to get it inside. They lost the ball. Chance for the Wolves to take the lead back. Buckner going up strong. He is fouled. Rodriguez clamped his hand on the arm of Buckner so he couldn't take off. Should be an active shooting foul. Rodriguez will have to sit down. He's in foul trouble. Rodriguez is replaced by Verbinskis. So Lambrecht slides over to center. Buckner cannot tie the game. Sargunas taking leadership for BC Nevėžis. Time slowly becoming a factor here. Halfway through the fourth quarter. Lambrecht put the ball on the floor. Easy slam by Dualia. The lead is back to 3 for BC Nevėžis. Gomez Diliano orchestrating the play. Minotas inside. Buckner faking off Lambrecht. Soft on the jump hook. Gomez Diliano almost had a steal. Is called for a foul. Coach Cortinaitis, you can hear in the background, not happy with the situation. Luckily, it's just a tune-up. A lot of things they can fix. Minotas takes it away. Yuskevicius ahead of him. Passes too long. We have a timeout. The Wolves trail by 3. Our score is 77-74. 4 minutes and 21 seconds remaining. One more foul and the Wolves are going to be giving away free throws. Nevėžis only has one team foul in this period. Ahmad Caver back on the court for the BC Wolves. They led by as many as 11 points. Ball stays with Nevėžis. Very solid guard rotation for BC Nevėžis. But they have yet to break 500 in the LKL. Lambrecht, too confident in his three-point shooting ability, though he's made a couple of those. Miniotas. Iskevicius. Buckner going up strong, taking matters into his own hands. That's what we were saying earlier. The Wolves need to get penetration, pull in the defense of Nevėžis. Buckner and Lambrecht. There's the pick and roll. Lambrecht puts it on the floor like a small forward. Davison for three, too strong. Caver could not keep it out of the hands of Lambrecht. There's Lambrecht flying all over the place, asking for the ball. Has it swiped away by Miniotas. There's a foul to prevent the fast break. Chance for the Wolves to take back the lead. 3 minutes, 19 seconds remaining. We have a ceasefire. We shall return.
Iki rungtynių pabaigos liko 3 minutės 19 sekundžių. Rezultatu 77-76 laimi Nevėžis-Optibet.
Now it doesn't feel like a friendly anymore. 3 minutes, 19 seconds to go. BC Nevėžis 77, BC Wolves 76. BC Wolves playing without 5 key players. Slightly battered and bruised in this game because of the sheer size of BC Nevėžis. But it's only a 1-point game. Iskevicius. Caver. Sidestep. Nice move. One-point lead now for the BC Wolves. Shot clock running out. Down to 3. Davison has to put it up. Running shot. Play continues. Caver is fouled by Dualia. This is the guy who knocked over Juan Gomez de Leaño in the third quarter. Took him out of the game for a couple of minutes. Gomez de Leaño will sit down. Replaced by Mindaugas Zukauskis. A lot of experience on this floor. Zukauskis, the oldest member of the team at 43. Davison almost had it, or so he thought. Buckner waiting for Caver. Handoff, Buckner. Dribble drive, he is fouled. He'll get 2 free throws. Now Lambrecht starting to get into foul trouble. Rodriguez is already on the bench. Buckner can make both free throws and put some distance between them and Nevėžis. Oh no. Buckner hurrying his free throw, missing both. 1 point lead for the Wolves still. Buckner coming out to double team. Davison kicking it out. Shot clock down to 4. There's a foul by Buckner. Buckner helped up by 2 teammates. Danielius Lavrinovicius. Well, let's check that. Marius Valinskas at the free throw line. 1:56 to go. Now the shoe is on the other foot. It's Nevėžis who's making their free throws. Still a 1 point game, but we're going back and forth now. 1 point lead for Nevėžis. The Wolves must score. Caver. Mignotas had all day for that. Davison. Valinskas long three-pointer. Ill-advised. Good boxing out by Lukauskis. Caver looks over to Coach Cortinitis for instructions. Caver being denied his right side. Lambrecht, Caver, casual three-pointer, drills it in. 81-79. 1 minute to go. Pick and roll. Foul on Lukauskis trying to swipe at the ball, deny Lambrecht an easy layup. Lambrecht so far spotless from the free throw line though. He can tie the game. Will the BC Wolves go for a 2-for-1? That's the question. For those of you unfamiliar with basketball, a 2-for-1 is when there's an awkward amount of time, like in this case, 56 seconds, and you calculate your possession to make sure that you get the ball back before time expires, even if the opponent uses their full shot clock. We are tied at 81. What a thriller of a friendly this is. Caver. He attacks. Stops his dribble, kicks it out. Lukauskis. No. 2 players of Nevėžis argue possession and they lose it. The Wolves get the ball back. 30 seconds to go. Caver, long one. It goes. 3-point lead. Now all the Wolves have to do is deny a 3-point shot or an end one situation. Who's going to take the shot? Lambrecht trying to punch it back in. Buckner throws it ahead. Caver slams it home. That'll do it. With 5 seconds to go, 5-point lead. Great effort by the BC Wolves. But BC Nevėžis will call a timeout, but they're only delaying the inevitable. Impressive hustle by the BC Wolves against the bigger BC Nevėžis. You see the tiredness that the Wolves have. They're playing players out of position, missing 5 key members of the team and part of the coaching staff. And yet they have put up a gallant stand in what is supposed to be a simple tune-up game. 5.2 seconds remaining. The Wolves will have the weekend to rest before going at it again Monday night, 11 p.m. Manila time, or time in the Philippines. BC Nevėžis orchestrating a play which they will be able to use in future situations like this. They go cross court. Lambrecht nails the three-pointer. Uh-oh. They're going to have to foul to stop the clock, though. And they don't. So, the BC Wolves with a thrilling escape over BC Nevėžis, 86-84. Great game all around. Eric Buckner, Juan Gomez de Liano, Ahmad Kaver, Adas Yuskevicius, particularly in this fourth quarter. Great effort all around. Great team support. So, as the players take their bow, we take ours on behalf of the entire management and staff of the BC Wolves, the coaches, the players, the support team, the communications team. I'm Bill Velasco. Thank you for joining us this early morning. We will see you Monday night, 11 p.m. Philippine time, same place. Take care. God bless. Mabuhay.